What is up, guys? Your favorite coach and entrepreneur, Coach Chris. And give me 1 second while I shut the door over here. Awesome possum. So basically, the main point of this video, thank you for those who came up to my piano concert earlier. I was playing piano for 220 people to show up. Thank you so much. We had 43 concurrent comments. And remember, that's music therapy. That is simply just playing some music to make things better for you guys. Now, the next thing we're going to do, we already trained, we already did our weightlifting. And for me, one of the most important things to do is to do cardio. Not because cardio is the best thing to optimize muscle, but believe it or not, the most important muscle in your body is actually your heart. It's not your bicep, it's not your chest, it's your heart. So there's a lot of people that go to the gym and they do things like just train for hypertrophy, just train for muscle. I'm a health and wellness coach, okay? I want you to be the biggest, strongest, not necessarily the biggest, but I want you to have the strongest foundation for strength in your ability to be able to be a most optimized human being that you can, right? This involves reading, not smoking, not drinking, not doing drugs, and this involves you doing the things required to optimize your health. In order to optimize your health, this involves getting enough rest, paying attention to your stress limits, doing cardio, doing resistance training, doing calisthenics, stretching, yoga. This is an entire lifestyle. And yeah, it's not for everybody. That's okay. We all have our own human experience in life. So when we are out and about and living in this world, we must ask ourselves, what are the choices that we're making? Because every choice that we make compounds on the choices from before. This is something that was mentioned in the great book. It was Atomic Habits by James Clear. So important for that. Now, I have to warn you guys, the more knowledge that you gain, the smaller your circle is going to get. You want to have a good circle, yeah. But one of the issues is, a lot of people don't like to be called out on the things that they do. They don't like to be called out on their BS. So do your best to stay respectful, but don't dumb yourself down at the expense of others. Don't do that. Stick firm to who you are and who your beliefs are. Read every day, study every day, keep up with the news, and become the best version of yourself. Mark Twain said it best. I love Mark Twain, but Mark Twain had a quote. The two most important days of your life are the day you're born, right? And then the day you understand your why. So educate yourself, find a coach, understand nutrition, put good food into your body, and watch your body transform before its eyes. All right, guys. Thank you, everybody who came in earlier. And I'm sure eventually we'll have some people pop in. And at that point, put into the chat, where you're coming in from and all that. Boom, back to our 5G network. Cool. Yo, what's up? Time to do some cardio sessions. Thanks to everyone who watched the piano concert earlier. We are now knocking out our cardio after our weight session because cardio is good for your heart. Very good for your heart. The stronger your heart, the more blood you can pump around your body, the more energy that you'll have, the faster you'll recover between sets, and train for your purpose. If you're a strongman or a powerlifter, train your style. But keep in mind, most strongmen and powerlifters don't live very long. They don't. They get to a point to where their body just can't take all that excess weight. Now, if that's your goal and that's what you want to do, go for it. But if your goal is to be healthy, have more energy, sleep better, have a better intimate life with your lover, right? Improve every aspect of your life, then consider hiring me as a coach if you don't know how to do that. And if you are doing that, more power to you. you know. And something that I want to stress to you guys is it's kind of like this. There's a lot of things that people do in their life, and they have no idea why they do it. They do so many things that are just, to be lack of a better word, they do so many things that are slowly killing themselves. And, you know, you don't want to be part of that group. You don't want to be part of the group that is engaging in activities that's going to make yourself worse. You want to be part of a group that every decision that you do leads on to the next decision. Thanks for stopping in, man. Hope you're doing well. Put in a chat down there where you're coming in from. If you have any questions on life, training, diet, all I ask is that you give me a thumbs up and a comment, and I will answer that on the stream. Remember, there's a lot of fake people out here who just post. They do one video and they edit and they post. Well, that's not me. I try to reduce automation as much as possible. I do automate some marketing, which is cool. But instead of automating all that process, I think it makes more sense to be more authentic. Type down into the chat. I will engage with you. If you have any questions about training, this is your chance to talk to an ISSA certified master trainer and a former ACFL in the Navy with over 500 people that they've trained in their life. So, this is a chance for you to do your best. All right. Again, the purpose of cardio is to increase your work capacity. One of my favorite things to do is to get on an incline for 15 degrees and go between 2 to 3 miles per hour. And right now, that gets my heart rate staying kind of low. And I might do that. So that's the equivalent of going uphill for like, I don't know, 3 miles. And I do that just for fun. Why? I'm an endurance athlete, right? Health and wellness coach, and I do endurance activities. Listen, if you're not a power lifter or a strength athlete or a professional athlete, the best thing that you're going to do is train for your endurance. You should be able to wake up and have more energy than you did the day before, right? Your work capacity, whatever you did yesterday, the next day, add 0.5%, 0.5%. And slowly but surely, you build and build and build and build upon that foundation. As you build upon that foundation, you then become stronger. This also involves reading, right? How many people in here go home, right, and they just cut on the TV, and then they just watch some nonsense? Don't be part of that group, guys. Come on, use your brain. How is that making you better? You should be part of the group that is reading every day, at least 30 to 45 minutes, if not an hour. Learn how to speed read. Learn how to read faster until you get the main points, right? If you're looking for a coach that can help you do some of these things, hire me. I mean, you have stock trading. Stock trading's great. You can play games. Like I do poker tournaments in North Carolina, San Diego, and in Florida. You know, a lot of the things that I do have influenced and made me a stronger person in my mind. And your mindset is going to be everything in this world. And again, don't drink, don't smoke, don't vape, don't use THC, don't use alcohol, don't use drugs, don't use SARMs, don't use peptides, don't use any of that stuff. Don't do it unless that's exactly what you want to dedicate your life to. Then go do whatever you want. But most people, none of that has anything to do with their success. And stop making yourself so comfy. If you sit around a group of people, most of them are just going to complain about things. Think about that. Think about your group of people and your friends that you hang out with and think, why would I want to be around these people who just complain all day? That makes absolutely no sense to me. Makes absolutely no sense to do that. Okay? So, yo, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing good. We are going uphill 13 degrees. So we're going to do this for a few miles. This is just training your work capacity. All right. Again, thanks for everyone who showed up earlier for the piano concert. Thanks for those who sometimes are curious about the poker that we do. And, you know, just be yourself, man. Best thing you can do is be yourself. I forget who it was. I think it was Lao Tzu, Chinese philosopher, once said, "A man who knows others is wise, but a man who knows himself is enlightened." Yo, welcome to the chat. Type down into the chat. We're doing our cardio now over here. Put it in the chat. Shout out where you're from. I get a lot of visitors from the UK. I get some from Liverpool. I get some from London, England. I get some from India. I'm generally curious about where you guys are from. It amazes me. It absolutely amazes me how many people come in. And also, if you come in for a second, give a thumbs up. A thumbs up helps the algorithm, right? And if you want more energy in your life, train for endurance. Train for endurance, right? Lift heavy weight under control for 3 to 5 reps, right? And the rest of the time, do a bunch of cardio. Do full body workouts and train for your goals specifically. That's the key, guys. That is the key. Very simple, you know. Stretch every day. Use flexibility every day, right? Get deeper ranges of motion. Understand the difference between myofibrillar and sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. Train for your goal, right? Motivate others. Help others get to their goals. That's the key.